My name is Kelsey and I'm a digitizer, and today I am going to show you how to digitize. I will be working on a MacBook 13 Pro using Hatch Embroidery software. I will be explaining in as much detail as I possibly can, but if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. And if you find this tutorial useful, please like and subscribe. Okay, we are starting in Hatch. This is your home page. So when you first open up Hatch, this is what it'll look like. If you want to start a new design, you come up here to where it says New, and you're going to click it, wait for it to open up, and this is the page we will be working on. A couple of things. Over here I have my sequence and my object properties. I always have those two. I rarely have anything else, and I really don't ever close those either. So always have your sequence and your object properties. I will show you where to find those. It is up here in Edit. So come up here to Edit, scroll down, Sequence. If I click on this sequence right here, it will close my sequence. So if your sequence ever gets closed, come back up here to Edit, click on Sequence again. You can also Shift L, and that'll open it up for you. Same for object properties. So come up here to Edit. If I click on this, it will close my object properties. And then if I come back up to Edit, click on object properties again, it will open it for me. The sequence just shows you what the sequence of your objects are. So every time you embroider something new, you have your object panel here. This shows you every individual object you've embroidered, since we haven't embroidered anything yet, or digitized. Since we haven't digitized anything yet, nothing is here. And then you can also see the different colors, so it can group all your different colors together. Your object properties is going to give you all of your different options for how you want your digitizing to look. So I will show you a little bit more of that in a minute. I always work from a reference, so all of these tutorials will probably be working from some kind of reference. So that means we are going to open up our artwork that we will be working on today. In order to do that, you can come up here to File in the top left-hand corner, go to Insert Artwork. Lost it for a minute. You don't want to insert a design. That would be inserting some embroidery file that's already been digitized. You do want to open Insert Artwork, so go ahead and left click that. Find whatever artwork you want to be working from. This is the one we will be working from. It's just a simple square. Then come down here to Open, and you will click on Open. It'll open it up in whatever size the artwork is. I use my scrolling wheel on my mouse to zoom in and out. You also have a zoom in and out up here. In your top right hand corner, you can click the plus sign to zoom in, the minus sign to zoom out. But I just like to use my scrolling wheel on my mouse. So we are going to go ahead and change the size on this square. We don't want it to be 20 inches. Yes, I work in inches. I'm an American. Sometimes I work in millimeters, not very often. So we are just going to change the size to, let's say, 5 inches. We are going to highlight the width, type in 5, hit Enter or Return, whatever you have on your keyboard, and we are going to scroll in again using my wheel. If you hover your mouse over where you want it to zoom in on, it will zoom in on that part right there. So if I have my mouse over here in the top right hand corner and I zoom out, it'll kind of take me over to the top right hand corner. And in order to find my design again, I need to go towards wherever it is. So I'm going to put my mouse right in the middle of it and zoom in. So we are going to work on how to make a tatami fill with sharp angles. And that is why we are using a square. So over here on the left hand side, say this toolbox was all closed like this. You are going to click on Digitize and it'll open up all of your digitizing options. This can be very overwhelming. But in order to fill in this square like we want to do, we are going to digitize closed shape. And that'll close it off and fill in the whole shape that we end up making. So for this square and for sharp angles, we are only going to be left clicking. So that is the only thing you need to do. You're going to click on Digitize Closed Shape. Come over here. We are going to be using a Tatami fill that is on this right side under Object Properties. Tatami fill. Mine automatically selects that. I don't know if yours will. So if you need to, make sure this tatami is selected. We are going to start here in the top middle of the square. I'll zoom in just a little bit more. And we are going to left click on just this part of the square. Now we have our first node. You can see a line is connected to it. That is just going to show us where our line is going to go. We are going to come over here to the corner. We are going to left click again. That gives us our second node. You do not want too many nodes. Your goal in digitizing is to have as little nodes as possible and to be as efficient as possible. The more nodes you have, it just confuses it. Makes it a little bit harder to edit it if you need to. So we clicked here in the top left hand corner. We are going to come down to the middle, left click again, come down to the bottom left hand corner. If you do what I just did and you kind of go a little bit too far, it will scroll automatically for you. There's probably something you can click to turn that off. I just leave it because I kind of like it sometimes in my workflow. So just scroll back, just hover, you don't need to scroll. Hover where you want it to go and it'll take you there. Just do a little bit at a time. Try not to overcorrect. So we are going to put our next node here in the bottom left-hand corner of the square. So left click. I'm going to hover to move it over to the right a little bit. And we are going to put it in the bottom, our next node in the bottom of the square. Left click, come over to the bottom right corner, left click, come up to the middle, left click, come up to the top right corner, left click, and once you have your last one, you can see we were going to be on the last one here. You can slightly overlap it or you can put it right next to it. I'll zoom in a little bit. So I just slightly overlap mine and I'm going to do my final left click. There are two nodes here, and in order to fill in this design now that all of our nodes are connected, we are just going to hit return or enter, and that is going to fill this in for us. So now we have our shape completely filled in. If for some reason yours did not fill in and you just have an outline, sometimes I find that these two settings in the top left-hand corner here are confused. So it might be on outline. And that's what it might look like. In order to fix that and to fill it in, you just click on fill. And if that didn't work for you, as you just saw, make sure under sequence here, you see this red square that we just made. Click on that, make sure it's selected before you come up here to do your fill. Okay, so now we have our first tatami square all filled in, and we are going to stop there. So that is the first tutorial done. And I hope that was helpful for you. In the next tutorial, we are going to learn how to do curved lines. So instead of these sharp lines, sharp corners, we are going to do curved lines. So come back for the next tutorial. So that was the first tutorial. We made a little square and filled it in with our fill stitch. We learned how to make sharp corners and how to do a tatami fill stitch. We also learned how to open up a design in our Hatch embroidery software. So make sure to come back for the next tutorial where we learn how to do curved lines instead of sharp ones for a fill stitch. And if you have any questions, please drop a comment below. And last but not least, I also uploaded this square reference that I'm using if you want to download it and work on this yourself and give it a try.